A pleasure to me all at last, and here we are with the Vlog-A-Thon 5.0 again. So now, let's talk a couple of things about how my daily routine goes. After all, with all the various things about how people are simply wanting me to be more normalized by any means, you really think that having a proper clothes selection, an exercise regimen, and then of course a good routine, do you really suppose that none of those things ever come together quite often? Or more importantly, do you ever suggest by any means that a lot of this stuff is just simply hard to explain at times? But hey, you know what? It's time that we do get to talk a few things about this stuff, and possibly about any other thing that I might need to talk a few things about. So with that in mind, let's get on going with daily routines. So, to start off, I wake up, get on going with my FedEx job, get it done, and when I do, straight on to this work, as well as anything else that I can possibly do before I have to go to bed in the afternoon. That's pretty much just how it is in a nutshell. But in case you want it to be more detailed, let's do just that for your sake. So, I basically wake up, an alarm goes off, whether it's in my head or if it's an actual machine that's controlling every single ounce of these beeps that take place within the machine, or basically within my own head. So, if by all means that actually makes sense, then well, just let me know. But of course, I get up, and it doesn't seem very obvious that I'm awake. The thing is, I am. All those people think that I'm not fully awake. I mean, I'd have to be sedated times 63 in order to be partially awake instead of fully awake. Because either you're asleep or you're awake, not in between. And so, I basically get myself dressed appropriately for the kind of work I have to do at FedEx Ground, and then of course, get in my vehicle, this one right here, drive off to that area, park in the parking lot, walk inside the building, clock in, and get ready for work, by any means. Sometimes we have meetings that take place with our management team, and sometimes that's not the case. But by all means, I really ought to stop saying by all means so often, but what else can I possibly come up with? Sort starts. A number of boxes come through. Well, yeah, I just cannot come up with anything else here to say. A number of boxes comes by, and then it's break time. Break time happens, I'm back in my vehicle, getting it all warmed up, so that way, after the second part of the sort's over, I come back out here, and then once again, I get this thing started up so it can get properly warmed up, because electricity and fuel don't always go together so well when it's so cold out that you yourself could be shivering well before you are able to say, I screwed up and didn't bring a coat. So, yeah. So that's just part of the routine alone. Then of course I talk a bit about several other things. I'm going to start by talking about what happens after that work is over. I have various things that I do around here. From going to Planet Fitness, to having certain materials bought from different departments. Target, Walmart, Kohl's, Kroger, doesn't matter all too much. As long as I can get my hands on this stuff, it's fine by any means. Yeah. So, I feel like that's a good understanding that you can probably gain just by getting to know what the kind of routine I have every single day is like. And yes, I'm going to be working at FedEx every single day. So, hopefully you understand now. Sometimes it can be easy, sometimes it cannot be. And so, I'm not really going to start picking apart every single bit of detail that I do by that point. And then, of course, we're going to be moving on. So, with that in mind, thank you once again for watching the Vlog-A-Thon 5.0, and be sure to stick around because the rest of this season is coming shortly.